Hi, I'm Arial Italic, and you're watching What the Font? This week's topic is very near and dear to my heart. We're going to be discussing wine. Wine is the kind of thing that people go to school for and study to get jobs where they know about it. My job is to know nothing, so I'm just going to give you a list of things that I know and potentially like about wine. It won't take that long. Now, as anyone who drinks alcohol knows, there are a lot of different kinds of drunk. For me, these range from depressed gin drunk to crazy slut tequila drunk. Wine gives me the perfect drunk. For starters, it has a much lower alcohol content per volume than a straight liquor would. So as opposed to getting blasted immediately off of whiskey like I usually do, I can drink a wine and maintain a sort of light, beautiful buzz. The downside to that is that you end up peeing a lot more often because there's more water and less alcohol. Less bang for your buck, if you will. So I don't drink wine and drag because there are a lot of layers between me and a bathroom right now. But anyway, wine helps me maintain that beautiful equilibrium where I am just toasted enough to have fun. I feel confident, I feel funny, I'm having a good time. I'm neither crying nor having mistake sex, which are the two poles at which drunkenness lies in my experience. And if I'm going to do either of those things, I want to be sober for it. Another great thing about wine is that it is viewed as classy. It is a widely socially acceptable vehicle for getting alcohol into your body. And not just consume alcohol, but seem like a boss while you're doing it. You can literally drink wine with your boss. Not in any context, but in many more contexts than you could drink vodka with your boss. It is much harder to find a circumstance in which you can take a shot of vodka in front of your boss. There are just so many more contexts in which you can consume wine. You can give it as a gift to your friends. You can have it at almost any meal. You can even drink it alone in moderation and seem like a fun, healthy French person and not a sad alcoholic. Some people say there are health benefits to wine. I have heard that it is good for your heart, that drinking a glass of red wine is the same as doing a half hour of cardio, it prolongs your life, it probably makes your skin better or clears free radicals or something. No one really knows. And of course, alcohol is never like A+ healthy for you. But if you're gonna be drinking anyway, and most of you are, look at your life, then why not wine? It seems like a better call all around. If I have some rosé, I kind of feel like I just had a salad. I think it's equivalent. And because there's a culture around wine of having a refined palate and knowing how to talk about it, you are viewed as somewhat aristocratic and intelligent for being able to speak about wine in words that other people don't really understand. Again, this is a trick that is much harder to pull off when talking about how great that vodka is. Now, a topic where I have read the article, even if I don't recall all of the content fully, is that grading wines is an inexact science. And that's really putting it lightly. Like, we knew that this was all a matter of taste, but it is a full-on crapshoot. Here are some things that I'm almost certain are facts. For starters, I'm almost sure it is a fact that the same rater might rate the same bottle of wine differently if tasting at different times. Like, give that person one glass at the beginning of their wine rating day, and then like 6 more glasses, and then the same glass again, and those two scores might be different. It is based on what they've eaten that day, and their mood, and who knows what else, so a well-rated wine isn't necessarily objectively good. It's just one person's in-the-moment opinion of it. Also, a more expensive bottle of wine will be rated more highly. Again, I am reasonably sure that this has been tested, where raters were given a cheap bottle of wine, and they scored it alright, and then were later given the same bottle of wine, but told that it was more expensive, and the score went up. I will admit from personal experience that if someone told me that they spent a lot on this bottle, I'm enjoying it more. And I think this gets to an interesting thing societally that we have with wine, where it is widely accepted and seen as classy, but then on the flip side, has an element of snobbery to it. Not everyone, of course, but there are people who feel like they need to have the right opinions about wine, and to like the right wine. When the truth is, the right wine is whichever wine you like. We are not all out there getting $50 bottles. Some of us have to bring home that $2 chuck. This is something I actually learned from one of those monthly wine services. I'm not gonna say which one because A, they're not sponsoring me, and B, I'm not technically endorsing them. But it is worth telling the story. I signed up for one of those things where you pay a certain amount a month and they send you a box of like 4 bottles, and it's supposed to be tailored to your tastes, and the more you're in it, the longer you're there rating wines, the more they understand your personal profile and can pick things that will resonate with your palate or whatever they say. And I got some good wines out of it. Some of them were very enjoyable. Some of them were fine. It's all wine, it's all pretty good. Really, that ended up being the issue though, is that I am paying someone to rifle through all these $15 bottles of wine to select the best 4 for me, when the truth is that I could go across the street to the wine store and there's probably an $8 bottle that I like just as much, if not more. I just need to have the courage of my convictions to go try something. I think we are conditioned to believe that there is a better wine out there for us, for our more refined palate, that'll make us feel more special and classy and snooty and ho. But really, you like what you like. I've had plenty of good wine from a box. Because in the same way that those raters were having their experience changed based on what they ate before or what they were feeling that day, how you enjoy your wine depends a lot on why you're enjoying it. Maybe you're out with friends and you're having a great night. Maybe you're on an excellent date. Maybe you are home alone watching the Golden Girls. Why you're drinking it changes why you're enjoying it. And $2 chuck is enough for Rose Island and or your one-night stand. So if you're a person who splurges on a $50 bottle now and again, good for you, I applaud you, invite me over. But if you're not, like what you like. Don't let society tell you that you can't have a well-done steak and a white Zinfandel. Like, live your life. Now, I am of course talking about social drinking and drinking in moderation. If you are getting drunk every night, or if you feel that you have a problem, there are people who will help you deal with addiction. I am not encouraging you to use alcohol as a means of getting through things. Usually. I mean, if you have 1 bottle of wine because you had a bad breakup. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I have this great support LGBTQ wrestling shirt that I got from Darklight Clothing. It's DRKLGHT with none of the vowels, because we're not doing that. But one of the ways that you can support LGBTQ wrestling is by supporting Darklight Clothing and buying this shirt. I highly recommend you do it. What have we learned today, besides nothing? Drink wine, not too much of it. Drink it whenever, but not all the time. Drink what you want, and don't let anyone tell you what to do, unless they're telling you not to drink too much wine. I think that about sums it up. Oh, I like Pinot Grigio and Rosé in case you're buying me wine. Which you're not. Don't buy me wine. Buy me wine. I'm Ariel Italic. You are whoever you are. This is the end of the video. Mwah!